All right. This is totally improv. Like, honestly, this is something I decided. I haven't been live in a minute. Things have been really busy outside of competition, catching up on content, influx of new clients, both stateside and international. And after today's check in, along with a week of pitfalls, not only questions through Instagram DMs, also comments here, I have realized that there is a certain problem of adherence to macros, calories, and or meal plans. Okay. So I decided to go ahead and get on here and address some things, hoping that I can help some of you clear some things up, although you may not be my client. And with that being said, I am not your trainer. Therefore, this information is educational purposes only. The live chat is open. I will every now and then hopefully look over there to try and see if something is going on in the live chat. If you do a super chat, it definitely will get my attention because of all the little funny colors that they put up there. But if you don't, I should hopefully be able to see it. But we're going to talk about right now something that bothers me very much as a certified personal trainer, very much as a fitness nutrition specialist. And that is the fact that there are a group or number of people that find it very difficult and also blame the professional that their meal plans are not working. Well, I'm going to say this. If your meal plan is not working, let's first not pass along any blame. Let's not point fingers at each other. Let's try and decipher why it's not working. And the way we're going to do that is because I can only speak from my personal experience, my professional experience, and hopefully that experience might help you find some things along the way that could help you adhere better. Or maybe you might realize that your professional that is giving you this meal plan, he or she may not be knowledgeable enough. Okay. So first of all, you as a consumer or somebody, our client, we're going to talk from the client perspective because that is most important to me. When you go to or come to us for a personalized meal plan, listen to that. Personalized meal plan. Now, I also do have plans that are eval plans where I will evaluate your daily nutritional habits and give you information, notes, and tools to help you critique that because maybe you feel like you're not in a spot or an area in your life where you perhaps may need a full meal plan, and that's fine. So I will help you where you are because that is part of my job and part of my passion to try to help you where you are to get you where you're trying to go. So that's an eval. Then you will have what will be guidelines or a structure or an outline where I will give you macros and calories. And then you are taking the full responsibility of trying to meet those targets with whatever food items that you place in there, also by adhering to your physician's instructions to any food allergies you may have or health situations that you may have. Some people cannot have certain foods because it might cause a problem. Then the next phase of that is the meal plan, the personalized meal plan. So when you get a personalized meal plan, if you just go to this person and you say, hey, I want a meal plan, next thing you know, they ask you for an email, and then you get an email with a PDF file or some type of link and says, hey, here's your meal plan. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not a personalized meal plan. That might be some person's meal plan. That might have been a meal plan they made at one point in time for themselves, and maybe it worked, and you know what they said, hey, I got a gray area. It worked for me. It happened to work for somebody else. So I'm just going to cookie cutter pass this right along. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Maybe it might work. Maybe it might show you some results, but it's not going to be personalized. A personalized meal plan takes, on my behalf, collecting some information from you, something that is personal to you, not only your food allergies, but the one thing that I have noticed that affects a person's ability to adhere to a meal plan are the two T's, taste and texture. If somebody doesn't like the taste of a food, majority of the time, they're not going to like the texture of certain foods. Some people don't like the texture of pudding. Some people don't like the texture of a grainy feel in their mouth. See, I need to know this information in order to begin creating a personalized meal plan. Those are just basic steps that I take. So then let's look at the next steps that I'm going to take. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a document that's going to help me collect more information from you so that I can incorporate that into the meal plan if able. Okay, if able. Not all things that you are already doing can be incorporated into this meal plan. You should already start to see by my dialogue maybe some of the differences that you have experienced with other professionals versus professionals like myself on just the extrapolation of data that we are trying to get from you in order to create your meal plan. All right, so now you're going to have something that you're going to log. I just want to know what your daily nutrition is like on a day-to-day basis right now. No change, no fluff. How are you intaking right now so I can see maybe where that problem is to incorporate that into my new scheme and my new protocol for you to adhere to? Because in that, there might be certain things that we can keep that might be a part of your everyday routine, which therefore would make it easier for you to adhere because it's not such a drastic change. But that's not a guarantee. That's not a promise. At some point in time, I've realized that it's going to have to be a drastic change. Your daily intake is garbage. It's not helping you. It is actually your problem on top of other things. Okay. Maybe your activity, but we're dealing with the meal plan nutrition aspect of this. If that's the case, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Here's a list of foods. Okay. You're going to take that list of foods. Tell me what you absolutely cannot deal with. Tell me something that you absolutely hate. What can't you deal with? What don't you like? I won't incorporate that. What can you deal with? What do you like? Let's work with that. Okay. Because I want you to be able to have some type of pleasant feeling when you are eating these foods, because it is going to get pretty limited. It's going to be a change. It doesn't always have to be limited in calories or macros, although that could happen if you're trying to lose weight. We definitely don't want you on 4,000 calories a day, depending on what your usage is, depending on what the size person is, all of that type of stuff. So majority of the time, we're going to be in a deficit. Working in a deficit is what leads to us trying to get rid of the fat. All right. All deficits, and let me say this right now, all deficits are not created equal. Sometimes you just go into a deficit and you think you lose weight in a scale of blind, but you've actually lost muscle mass. And you think that you've lost fat, but you haven't. You just lost muscle mass because your macros, your calories, or your eating habits aren't set up to support muscle growth and fat loss. Okay. That is possible to have both of them coincide within the same plan to a degree. You're not going to get an extreme amount of hypertrophy in a deficit. That's not going to happen. More than anything, you might get some strengthening, you'll get some definition, and because you're getting definition means you're losing fat, and so the muscle is being more exposed, and the lines and the connections and the fluidity of the muscle groups into each other, which has a very dynamic look. And a lot of times when I'm in prep or cut, people think I'm bigger than I am when I'm in build season because they see that muscle definition. And likely that is what most of you all want, is to look in the mirror and feel good about it. So getting back to the meal plan. Okay, now we've got all that information. I'm going to go structure a meal plan. Now, my meal plans, I don't know about everybody else's, but I will tell you pretty much how my meal plans work. You will have times of intake. I'm telling you when I want you to intake this food because I've also gathered from you maybe what type of job you have. Are you on your feet all day? Are you sitting all day? When do you tend to work out? When do you want to work out? If you're training with me, I know when you work out. I'm gonna go ahead and structure certain foods to be intake at certain times to try to support that daily activity. Then as the day crests and it ends, I want to incorporate another group of foods to try to support that daily portion of activity. That is what the basic forms of what a personalized meal plan from me is going to entail. All right. So now that we have that out of the way, the main bulk of this is people saying it's not working. Well, when I log on to my fitness app, not MyFitnessPal, okay, my own personal fitness app, I have it. If you go to the website, www.thatguyhealth.com, you can see those plans. You can connect with me on Instagram and actually get into my fitness app, which has calendars, workouts. I assign workouts that maybe you need personalized to you, meal plans, macro tracking, photo tracking, all of that tracking, all that good stuff. Okay. I got clients that travel over to Mexico and still here, clients that are in Canada, which are awesome, clients that are in Germany, and clients stateside. All right. So with that being said, when I log in and I see, hey, let me look at your meal logs. Now, let's just throw a number out there. Let's say that your calories are 2,000. Let's say just use 2,000 because you always see 2,000 on food items, right? Based on a 2,000 calorie daily intake. Okay, we'll use 2,000. Well, when I log on and I only see 500, well, right there and then I know something's missing. Now, I may not know exactly what's missing until I go deeper into my app and I see the macros. And let's just say you're 50% shy of your protein. You're 100+% over your carbohydrates. You're 60+% over your fats. We're just throwing numbers out there. The main thing is what I'm saying is you're over all of these carbs, all of these fats, and you're under calories, or you're over calories and you're over those. Okay. Either way it goes, you're off target. So you trying to say a meal plan is not working and it's failing, well, you got to look at yourself, because before you look at me, you have to look at, are you meeting the goals that I set for you? Okay. So if you're meeting the goals that I set for you, then we have a whole nother other dynamic of problems to work out, not issues, problems. Problems can be solved. So if that's being the case, you're not meeting your goals. You can't say that the meal plan is not working. Okay. You got to meet those goals so that the professional can look and evaluate the information and evaluate your body matrix and say, okay, we have to make some adjustments. That is also part of a meal plan in my grand scheme of things. You almost basically get 2 to 3 meal plans in one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow room for a few changes. I'm not just going to hand you something to say, okay, you're done. That's what you got. Try to follow it. If it doesn't work, oh, well, shits and giggles. I'll see you on another payment. You pay me for another meal plan. No, you get the meal plan. First 30 days, we're going to be trying to work out some kinks. Okay. We're going to try to work out some of these foods. Maybe you realize that, hey, I'm not getting enough protein. What can I do? We'll evaluate that. I'm tracking, I'm monitoring, and I'm assisting you throughout this process. Then what happens is, now we had that second change. Now we're in the groove. You're losing weight. I just had a client, boom, drop off the cliff, 10 pounds lost, muscles looking good. He lost body fat, not muscle growth. Okay. That's not what we want. Although when I go into cut or deficit for getting ready for competition, I will have some muscle degradation. It's going to happen because I'm in an extreme cut, or depending on what's going on, I'm trying to lean out to get that muscle definition. So you will lose a little bit of muscle here and there, but if you're not going as deep as I go into those, it's very minimal. I mean, 0.3 pounds at the most sometimes, depending on what happens. But let's get back to this. So now you can't keep blaming that. All right. So another thing is this: what can you do to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do in order to throw the weight back on my side to say, hey, whatever it is not working, because I've done what you've asked me to do. I've met my targets within a 10% variation, maybe 20% variation, depending on what you said, and it's not working. So what are we going to do? That's when I will have to sit back, reevaluate the situation. I take full responsibility for it. It's not a sure shot. It's a personalized thing. So we have to find what personally works for you. That's what's going to happen. All right. So with that being said, I will take that bag. I will hold that. But if you're not adhering, what can you do? This is what you can do. And these are some of the things that I hear excuses. You need to plan properly. Have you ever heard of the 6 Ps? You should have, because I've used them here on this channel quite a bit. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Just that. When you have your meal plan, you're going to be told to use MyFitnessPal. I use MyFitnessPal. I tell my clients to use MyFitnessPal. My app extrapolates information from MyFitnessPal to then calibrate and do all the things on my side that I see. You have to log. You have to create a habit of consistency and accountability. Logging your food. If you out here don't have Google Maps, you don't have iPhone maps, you don't have any maps, and then you're blindfolded, and I tell you to go somewhere, are you going to be able to get there? Not likely, without wrecking a few cars and maybe killing yourself. It's the same thing when it comes to meal plans. You log this information so that you can look at where you're going and see where the issues may be. Okay. It would suit you pretty good. Although people say, I hate logging. Okay. If you hate logging, cool, but at least know generally where you are. So I would suggest that you log for at least a few days to see what kind of intake you have and what are your calories, what do your macros really look like, and then say, you know what, I need more protein. You get that, then you off. Now you know kind of what you're dealing with. I hear this all the time: intuitive eating, intuitive tracking, all this intuitive stuff. Well, what is your intuition based off of? Your intuition usually is based off of experience. If you have no experience, then what intuition do you have? It would be incorrect. So at that point in time, you need some experience to see where you should be in order to intuitively eat. I'm just saying, you need the experience. All right. I know a lot of people say macros don't matter. They matter because calories are compiled of macros. Now, maybe you don't want to look at them, but they're there and they do matter. Okay. So with that being said, you need to also plan properly. Like I said, plan your foods out. My Fitness Pal, I use it like a video game. I'll get in my Fitness Pal and I'll plug in foods and unplug foods until I see my numbers and I know what I'm already projected to do next week. If you do that, there should be no reason why you don't meet your numbers. If you go ahead and get your foods and buy them accordingly, there should be no reason why you run out of food. Now, I usually allot time in that first 30 days because people make mistakes and people are getting, they're getting acclimated to what's going on. Maybe they don't buy enough. Cool. First 30 days, we'll work that out. Although 30 days is quite long for me, covering the first 2 weeks, you should know where you need to be. All right. But 30 days, I give it to you. 30 days after that 30 days, all bets are off. If you're not adhering, I'm on your ass. I'm hitting you up. We're going to have a video chat. You're going to see messages in the app. Or you're going to see text messages on your phone saying, what is the problem? What is going on? Let's work it out. Let's fix it. Because I am very passionate about helping my clients and helping people reach their goals. And if you don't reach your goals and you don't make progress, I feel like I failed in some aptitude. And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I failed in some aspect. I just don't. I don't want to fail you. I want to see you become a better you. It makes me excited to see you become a better you. That's where my passion is driven, to see people become a better version of themselves. They look in the mirror, they feel very happy with what they see, and they know that these things are working. And that will motivate you when you see those things working. Okay, so what do we have? Adhere to the meal plan. Plan properly. Use My Fitness Pal. Log your food so you can see your numbers. Shop accordingly. Go out there and get the right foods that are in the meal plan. And this comes to this. Follow the damn meal plan. Follow the meal plan. If you follow the meal plan, I'm talking about I've already written out times and days to intake, foods to intake, quantities of those foods to intake, when to intake. All of that is there. There's no reason for you to fail. You basically have an open book test with the answers right next to the Scantron, right? Scantron, who's heard of that recently? But yeah, so that's being said, like, I'm very serious about this. I got on here live to talk about this. I hope that this can help some people. It is Sunday. It is a prime day for you to get ready. It's really the first day of the week. Monday is technically the second day of the week to me, like Saturday's the end. So you should be doing your shopping today, your cooking today, sitting down planning today while you're either watching the Formula One race, football's coming on soon, basketball playoffs are now. There's plenty of time for you to do this. Don't act like it's not. All right. So I don't want this live to be too long. I know this video is going to come out and people are going to be like, damn, he went on a rant. Yes, I did. I did go on a rant. I hope you all stay tuned. There are a lot of videos coming out, a lot of reviews coming out. Product links will be in the description for those products that I'm using to train clients or that I consume, and that there will be other giveaways coming. As you see, the protein is right here. I have to do a review on that. I'm going to let you know what flavors probably you don't want to get, what flavors you do want to get. But as far as macronutrients and these proteins, they're quality. Okay, and that link is below in the description. If you want to get a discount on Core Nutritional, you click that link, give you a discount on checkout. Other than that, it is a Sunday. I'm about to get my own meal planning on. I might have to cut the grass if it doesn't rain. And like I always say, be safe. Let's build together, and peace.